So if you're brand new to 2xKO, whether you've never touched a fighting game before or you're coming from League of Legends, this 2xKO tier list is for you. This is made strictly for new players trying to pick up a character and get right into the action, have as much fun and immediate satisfaction as possible. I'm going to be ranking characters based on how easy they are to pick up compared to how good they actually are at a pro level. So by following this tier list, you should be able to have fun right away. No frame data needed, no crazy learning fighting game fundamentals or terminology or anything. Like and subscribe this video if this helped you out, and let's jump right into it. For all the preferred tiers, you could kind of put Braum in there too. This just matters based on your preference of fighting games or League of Legends playstyle. This is the first thing you should consider, to be honest. Are you the type to be a bruiser or a duelist or somebody who loves melee characters, just fighting, brawling, getting in their face? Then you should stick to the Darius and Warwick kind of situations there. Are you more of like a utility? Do you want to just help your teammates kind of sit back and just kind of help out? Then you should go for Blitzcrank, because he is really helpful to your teammate with his hooks and just very simple game plan. Do you like to just kind of sit back and be a mage? Like, are you a mage in League of Legends or a zoner in other fighting games? Then you should definitely pick Teemo. You'll fall right perfectly with that category. We have Ahri. Ahri is debatably one of the best characters for 2xKO. She's a pro character. However, to pick her up, she is extremely difficult and unintuitive in terms of her buttons. A lot of her moves when she does her attacks, they require a lot of follow-up and technical fundamentals that you simply just can't engage as a new player. And even if you do the basics, you don't really get much damage, or you can't really help your teammate in that way without assisting. For everyone that I've played with who's new to this game, Ahri has just been a huge pain in the ass to deal with. So for that, I'm going to put her in the too technical field. She could debatably be in the stay away, but I guess that's the good news about this game, is that there's no characters that is just way too complicated or way too hard for you to actually pick up. Ahri at the very baseline can commit some moves that will have you feeling like you're having fun if you're an Ahri main, by using her orbs and just kind of having her fast mobility, just jumping around shooting fireballs and stuff like that. You might have some fun. But yeah, stay away from her. She is too technical for you to get into if you're brand new to this game. The next one we have is Blitzcrank. Normally people would rank this at a pro level, like at the bottom tier. He's really bad in this game, or maybe not bad, but situational. He's really situational in this game. The pros know how to just deal with him, to be honest. But for a new player really getting into this game, I actually put him in the preferred category. And this is because he has one of the best immediate satisfactions you can get. You can simply just press one button to get this big command grab. So League players, if you're loving Blitzcrank, you can go ahead and give somebody your hug. Just like in League of Legends, he's a pretty one-dimensional character in that game. In 2xKO, he can get his immediate satisfaction with his grabs, and he also has a very bare bones game plan of being able to call his rocket assist with one button. It's called rocket assist in this game, but you know, the blitz pull. He's able to just do that from full screen, and then you can go ahead and just mash your lights to try to string it, or you can just do your grab right after. This works very well against new players. They have no clue how to deal with it yet, so this can be very fun for you if you are a Blitzcrank lover in League of Legends. The next character here, we won't go into too much detail, but it is Braum, and I'm going to go ahead and put him in the good category for this one. He can also be preferred as well, but he's the same explanation as Blitzcrank, where he is so lovable, he is so fun to play, he's a big dude, big shield, all of his stuff is very obvious and you can tell what's what. Like, hey, I have the big shield up, that means I'm on defense mode. If you basically want to support your teammates, you can go ahead and do that, and you'll feel very fulfilled in doing so with the big super armor buttons that he has. Throwing the poros is also just a fun thing to do as well, because he can't do that in League of Legends. So it's just a very nice little element that they have that you can do to add to your neutral gameplay. Super fun to try to get into. He also does an incredible amount of damage. So when you have your auto combos on, you're just spamming X, he does some really cool auto combo damage, and it's a lot. You'll have a lot of fun with him, especially with the supers. So next we have Darius, and Darius is, in my opinion, the #1 preferred character to play if you are getting into 2x KO. And this is because his buttons are so simple, so strong, very straightforward, and you can get into immediately the fun and impact of any Darius player would want to have. Or if you just love close range combat, just beating somebody up with a weapon, he is perfect for getting you into those situations. His big axe does a lot of damage, very straightforward, and even at higher levels, some of the more simple combos, they're just 3 pieces. Combine S2 plus S2 and then your super. You get like half their health at times. So it is very, very strong, especially as a new player, and then even at a pro level, he is very good. So if you want to kind of start converting to learning into the game a little more, Darius can kind of break you from that low ceiling floor into the higher one. So he is very recommended, #1 on my list to learn if you're trying to learn 2x KO. So the next character we have on the list is Ekko, and with Ekko, I'm going to actually put him in the fun tier. Why is this? Is because first off, Ekko is debatably the best character in the game, strongest character in the game besides Yasuo, and he has very, very fast movement and interesting buttons where you can kind of go back and forth with your shadows, and you don't necessarily need to be good at them at a beginner level to have fun with them and just start going back in time. Everyone loves to be able to go back in time and just kind of press buttons here. So he's just very fun to play, and especially if you're an arcane lover or you're an Ekko player in League, you can feel the mobility and just the essence of his character through his gameplay. Even as a new character, when you try his auto combos, throwing his projectiles out, you see the genius in his gameplay through that, and just for that, he's extremely fun. However, he is a little technical, so at some point when you start learning the game, you're going to see that the way you would play him just by mashing is not going to be the same way you play him at a pro level. So he's a very great gateway character to get from the beginner levels to the advanced ones. He's just a great character to learn because he is so strong as well. So you should be getting a lot of wins, you should be having a lot of fun with him. The next character we have is Illaoi, and I'm going to put Illaoi in the good tier. And why I'm putting her here in the good category instead of the fun or technical or anywhere else is that just like League, you would think playing around her tentacles as she spawns would be super technical, but it's actually simpler than you think, especially in League. You kind of just it's just kind of just an add-on. So here in 2xKO, you can kind of influence them in specific routes and combos to kind of get them to do what you want to do. However, you're a beginner, so you don't need to worry about any of that. With Illaoi, you can kind of just mash. You could use your big long tentacle hits, which is the longest, greatest, most damaging hit in the game, her back S1. And on top of that, just creating those scenarios where you could just kind of mash with your giant gourd, it's just so fulfilling to do that much damage. She has the best level 3 in the game, in my opinion. It's just the coolest looking level 3. So you definitely want to pick Illaoi if you love like just big body brawlers, if you support big body queens or strong women kind of characters. Illaoi is the one that represents that in this game. Hawaiian vibes as well. And she's just overall so cool to play. And then you can start seeing as you're playing some more opportunities like, oh wait, this move actually spawns a tentacle. Let me try that again. Maybe I could press another move and then it'll react with the tentacle. Very fun to play around. I highly recommend Illaoi. The next one on the list is Jinx. And for Jinx, I'm actually going to go ahead and put her in the too technical field, because although she is really fun to play and she could just be super fun, especially if you're an arcane lover and supporter, or you just enjoy your League of Legends. She is a zoner, but she's not exactly easy to zone with, because zoning is not easy in this game. Especially with her tools, she's more of like a utility based zoner who puts out traps. You need to try to engage those traps correctly and then make your partner to get involved to really get out her playstyle. So just for that sake, that takes some time for you to learn. So if you're just hopping into this game for the first time, let me just pick a character, I do not suggest Jinx, just because of technicality. But just like everyone else on this tier list, there's no character that you should actually stay away from. Everyone you would have fun with at a low level if you just kind of play them. She's just a little too technical compared to the rest. You can shoot her rockets, you can shoot her zaps, but her buttons are just super weird. Like their ranges are just weird, so you're gonna feel weird trying to play her. She does not feel as intuitive as you might think. You might complain. She's also very low on health, so yeah, I would suggest picking her up later because she's very strong in the meta, just not good to start off. Next we have Vi, and for Vi, I'm actually going to put her in the fun tier. She can also be placed in the good tier or preferred. She's just that flexible. It just depends on you. And why that is because just like League of Legends, just like Arcane, she just packs a huge punch and just has multiple playstyles around just going in and punching you. Just that feeling, if you like those characters that just could kind of rush at you and just brawl with you, just spar with you, she is that character. She is so fun to play, and Vi is my main. Check out the channel. I'm making so many Vi videos for beginners and then also for advanced players, and then I'm going to be coming out with some pro content as well, covering all of her stuff and just tips and tricks. So make sure to subscribe and stay tuned for that. But back to what makes her really fun is that she has a lot of charging and mashable buttons that just puts you right into the middle of that impact and fun right off the rip. Like massing her S2 just gives you all these rapid punches. It just feels satisfying. Some people just play Vi just for that. Same thing with her super, she can just mash that out and it's just so fun. She can also charge her punches, so if you're a very big League of Legends player, Vi main, you could keep spamming this button as a new player, and if they block it or if they hit it, you get a good combo. You could try to run up and keep punching them more, or you could just keep following up while they're blocking. You put them in a lot of pressure, just like how she feels in League of Legends. So she is very fun, very recommended. And in the meta, she is strong. I personally think she's better than how a lot of other people place her in the tier list. But she's not the best, that's for sure. But mentally, I think she has a really high skill cap for outplaying players. She loves to dive in and out, use her mobility. She's a very fun character. I think she's very good. Not the best though. Yasuo is next. And Yasuo is debatably the best character in the game next to Ekko. I would put him as actually in the too technical tier. Now why is that? Is because he is technical in terms of using his stances. His wind wall is not the most intuitive thing. Even though you can press it, you have to position and space yourself accordingly to counter your opponents with some of these tools. However, he is kind of fun. I would put him in the fun tier, but again, his buttons is what makes you shine. What that means is when he swings his sword, all your attack buttons, he has really good ranges on them. So if you're over here spamming, mashing, doing what you got to do with Yasuo, you can get it, but you're not going to get the combos that make you feel fulfilling. In the auto combos you will, but he's moving around so much. He's dashing, he's moving, he's doing all this stuff. It can feel fun if you like that, but it might feel too confusing for you to try to continue learning the game and pick him up. That's why I'm suggesting the other simpler ones, because then you could see everything else about the game that's fun. Which is honestly the best thing about this game, is the nature of like the tag fighting, the nature of like breaking opponents' combos to get off and doing everything else. The technicality is what's fun, not specifically just the characters. Teemo, and we are going to put him in the preferred tier. I'm actually going to put him in front of Blitzcrank here. Oh man, I love Teemo in this game for what he represents in the game. He is strong, very strong at a pro level. In fact, the #1 player, Chris G, right now in the ranked lobbies is spamming Teemo as well. And he's being used in a lot of tournaments. However, as a new player's perspective, he is so fun to just get into. You could just spam your light button, your square or X if you're on Xbox. Just spam that, he'll start shooting darts at you. It's just so fun to play him, especially if you play Teemo in League of Legends. If you know him for League of Legends, you can hop right in and just start spamming the things that you love in League. He's also just cute and adorable. He has great quips. Probably the best animations in the game, to be honest, like the best art style. And he's just so fun no matter what you're doing. He has so many tools that you can play with. As you play each game, you're going to start noticing like, oh snap, he can actually go invisible in this game. wait, he could put down a bush, just like in League of Legends, his bushes, right? And you can start playing around those. And just putting his mushrooms, it's just one button, it's so intuitive. Trying to shoot the pebbles off the mushrooms too, it's just a really fun minigame. So I highly suggest Teemo as a just very nice character to pick up when you first start. Warwick, I'm also going to put in the preferred tier. I highly recommend Warwick if you love just getting in someone's face, rush down playstyle. If you played other fighting games and you like Wolverine type characters, claws, slashing, just high speed, high aggression, Warwick is the character for you. Warwick is also very good as a beginner level because his bloodlust mechanic, nobody's going to get like a lot of kills when you're playing as a new player. You're gonna have so many chances to play, meaning you're gonna successfully land more moves to fill your blood drive. You're going to get that blood drive more often than how you would in higher levels of play if you were to play normally that way. However, they do have their ways of getting bloodlust at a pro level because they do combo routes that go for it, but that's besides the point. For a new player, you're almost guaranteed to get your bloodlust because you're going to be playing so much. He's so fun to do his mix-ups. He has like this jump that could instantly launch you across the screen and just kind of cross up your opponent or grab them. His buttons feel so good in terms of range, in terms of damage. Just the whole animations of how everything looks is very clear, is very concise. He's very fun to play. So yeah, I highly recommend Warwick for your aggressive playstyle. And just to end it, like I said, there's no one that I recommend you should stay away from. Every single character in this game so far is totally accessible. Let me know what you think about this guide. Let me know if you need other guides as well. I hope you enjoy 2xKO. Thank you for playing. We're trying to grow this community. Thank you. Enjoy your games. Hit me up if you have any questions. I'm answering them all. Peace.